Here we are with another video. To dive in first, we're not necessarily the most high vibrational right now. It might change at the end of the video, but I do have a list of things to talk about as far as an update. I think we may have already discussed in the last one. John A. did find a midwife.
Yes.
We have made the first appointment.
Yes.
We are working on getting the cash for the first appointment. And I have no problem saying that because I think a lot of things on social media can be that whole idea of perfection. You have to look a certain way. I would like to share, unless you had anything energetically, how do you feel right now? If you had to check in.
I feel kind of drained. Like, I'm not tired, like I want to go to sleep tired. Like, I could probably, if I laid down, I probably could go to sleep. But I just feel drained of energy, and like, I feel like I exerted so much energy earlier. Like, I was crying, like, hardcore, audibly crying. And so, yeah, that was like a lot of energy.
Yeah, we've been really tired lately,
Yes.
both of us. And on that same crying note, because not about to gloss that over, you know, Pisces season is starting. For those of you who keep in touch with astrology, there's a lot of energy moving right now. And to put some words behind why, you know, she was experiencing that. There was an event earlier. We spent a lot of time around each other, and in her situation, she lives with someone else who's a roommate, and you know, they're really good friends. And the roommate had just gotten back from somewhere that I don't want to disclose, you know, just for the respect of the person. That roommate hadn't seen her in a while, and so there was this tension of the roommate coming to us because, you know, they have their locations, you know, kind of infringing on the boundaries. I'm gonna come right now. Let me join you. And then I'll come pick you up and he can go on his way. I wasn't comfortable with that, and I said no. And then that caused the roommate to break out in a little bit of anger over the phone, really raising a voice. I had to step in and say no. I was supposed to go to a Vipassana today, funny enough. She's feeling it back there, she really is.
I just honestly don't feel comfortable with you talking about it. I mean, I know I mentioned that I was crying, but we didn't have to say why I was crying.
Okay. Well, there's certain parts we can edit out if you'd like.
Yeah.
It's still raw, it's still fresh. That kind of, yeah, that's why she's crying. And so,
You were supposed to go to a Vipassana.
I was supposed to go to Vipassana.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw you were not really engaged, and I lost my train of thought. But I didn't go because this thing erupted. There's part of me that knows she's pregnant, and I'm also kind of defending, in a sense, in my belief system, defending the development of a child. There's somewhere in my consciousness, there's always going to be seemingly a test that tries to see how strong I am as an individual. And if I didn't step in, and if I was just to let that happen, that would have been me being too passive. That's the reason why I said no. I didn't let that happen. Didn't let the roommate come in that instance and join us. That's, I think, around that time. Her and I said a few words, let each other know that we're on our side still. I think that's important, even if we may not fully believe it all the time. If you're in a relationship, you're on each other's side. And yeah, we're at this point. Anything you'd like to put behind that? You don't feel like we're on each other's side?
Oh, that's not what I'm focused on.
What are you focused on?
I just don't want to talk about the situation at all.
Cool. I mean, you don't have to. What do you want to talk about? So as you can see, the energy's been crazy. Before she was drained, I was drained. Got into a bit of a tiff with my aunt. What had happened was I tried to enter my dwelling and the screen was latched, and it's never latched. But my aunt was here, so it was. And she's like, sorry, I latched the screen as I was trying to come in. And I'm like, well, don't worry. No one's coming to rob you. That kind of set off a whole thing. She's like, well, you never know. Didn't you just hear so-and-so just came in and killed this old lady close to us? And I instead of being loving Jesus, oh, you poor soul, you have no idea, you know not what you do. Instead of remaining peaceful and harmonious in myself, I kind of let them have it. I said, look, you're in a fear state. And they didn't like that too much. And eventually I got to the point where I was losing my calm. And so, which I came back to the car, filled her in, which at that point she wasn't drained yet. We went to eat, and then sure enough, I get a reflection of that, I guess, on my end. And then now she's drained because of the thing that happened with her roommate. It's an energy thing. Yesterday, I got into a car accident. Backing out of my driveway, I hit this car right there. You know, you think I'd have awareness. You think I'd have awareness in equanimity, like I say in some of my videos, but I fucked around and hit the car. It is what it is. Knocked on the door, had said, hey, I just hit your car. Here's my insurance. Nice to meet you. What's your name? And we just moved on from that point. I cracked a few jokes. It was all right. but I had to process that. And so did she, because she had to be by my side. And I think a lot of women in general, there's this thing where men receive the woman well, but woman has to work on receiving the man well too, and hold space for the male. That's a collective thing that I observed and have noticed others observing and speaking on, because holding space for a man as a woman, there's a biological thing that can actually cause the woman to lose attraction for a man, because he's opening up, he's showing weakness, he's showing vulnerability. So that's enough of that tangent. It's an energy thing. That's probably going to be the title of the video. It's an energy thing. Not only did I hit a car yesterday, but I then ran out of gas while trying to take my dog on a walk, and really felt like a responsible father there. Really felt like a responsible adult there. Had to deal with the tension of that, getting over my own, stuff, not wanting to walk, having to take Uber, having the gas can. It was a whole thing, but we got through it. Lesson, life's gonna happen. And I think the lesson for me is still remain aware, still remain equanimous. Be aware, more aware of what you're doing intensely, but be balanced, and don't let any of it affect you, no matter what the sensation is. So yeah, so those two things happen, and then the tiff with my aunt, the thing with her roommate that she doesn't want to talk about. She's also going through her Saturn return. So this beautifully comes together for those of you who are interested in that. Is there anything you'd like to say about what you've discovered about your Saturn return?
The main thing I learned is just that, like, the universe saying it's time to grow up. If I'm being honest, I'm really not ready to grow up. But, I mean, I guess I'm more ready than I think I am, because it wouldn't be, I also believe that it wouldn't be happening unless I was ready for it. So, I don't know. Here we go, I guess.
I agree 100%. And I appreciate your honesty of not being ready to grow up. There's that whole Peter Pan thing, right? You want to be a kid forever. And I get that. I just learned astrologically, we're not really grown until our Saturn return happens and we reach that 28 to 30 threshold. A big pregnancy could happen, like it's happening with her. A big move could happen, like it's happening with us. Job change, career change, friendships could, you could gain a friendship, lose a friendship. A lot of things could happen during the Saturn return. It's probably responsible maybe for a bit of the aforementioned, wouldn't you think?
Mm-hmm.
In other news, this is probably in passing, I started on my 61st and 62nd song. Give myself a round of applause. I think I've been taking a little more time with cultivating my songs, putting a little more intention, as well as putting my energy elsewhere, working and things like that. But it feels good to go at a slower pace, having written 55 songs last year. It's really cool. We had a midwife meeting, I think 2 or 3 days ago, and we overslept. You remember that?
Well, because the alarm was like on low or something.
Are we the only ones like where our alarm it's like it's connected to a video you're watching or your music? You accidentally turn, you mess with this button right here. Unbeknownst to you, you fucked with your alarm. Has it happened to you?
Not really.
That's probably a me issue. Who wants to hear about my challenges, anybody? That's what happened, but we take it as meant to be. It would have been a drive to Dallas, there and back. The midwife that we did meet was close to here, and again, when she met her, she was like, yeah, she's the one. A lot cheaper than the birth center. $250 for the first initial appointment. Birthing center is $10,000 total without insurance. This midwife only charges per appointment, right?
Well, she's doing that because we're moving.
We get the special a la carte deal. She's probably not in the mood, but she got some prenatals, some earrings, and a book for Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Look, I don't even know if I wanted to post this.
We'll watch it after and I'll edit some pieces out.
Like, mainly the whole time I'm like looking down.
I think people would appreciate it on some level, but again, we'll talk about it. I got my granny some flowers, you know what I'm saying, for Valentine's Day.
Got your granny flowers?
Yep.
Wow.
Right after I told Johnny that I don't think it would be a good idea to get her flowers because her mother and hers belief is flowers just kind of die. But Johnny
That's not
said,
the reasoning you said.
Johnny said she appreciates the gesture. What's the reasoning I said?
You said because it was being a simp.
Oh, that was another reason. This kind of red pill thing.
Yeah, let me know.
There's
If we do
pros
post this,
and there's
let me know what
cons.
you think about that. Whoever, comment down below and tell me what you think about that.
About what?
Is it being a simp to buy a woman flowers? Or is that just a fucking nice thing to do?
I think a lot of it comes from the intention behind it.
Yeah.
And the response that you'll get depends on the niche of the commenters below.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're in a red pill community, oh yeah, you never want to do that. But
right, for sure.
But then there's a lot of illusion and delusion, and there's sometimes a lack of spirituality to the red pill mentality. So it felt like a more appropriate thing to do for a great grandmother, you know, because there's the whole I could have bought you flowers and held your hand. Everything depends on this woman responding good to you. That Bruno Mars, when I was your man. And that's a reason why a lot of men have gotten women flowers in the past. It's like, oh, don't you think great of me for this? Which has kind of contributed to my belief behind that. This is why we talk about this, because I know someone out there appreciates his vulnerability, this dynamic of this relationship type of video where it's both of us and we're, you know, slinging ideas at you and back and forth at each other. Everything's open. There isn't a thing I won't discuss. So yeah, feel free to comment on that. Just going off the notes, she's probably getting a work from home job.
Oh yeah.
Probably. If her connections stay solid.
Yeah.
And that'll be very appropriate, I think. I think she would like that more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've never done it before, so who knows? Maybe I'll hate it. But I'd like to try it out.
There will be a video for that if she hates the work from home job.
Yeah.
She got a $100 tip.
Yes, I did.
Anytime you get a $100 tip, that is a high five moment. In almost any profession, I mean, I guess if you raise the tab to $10,000 tab, you get a $100 tip. That's shitty. You got to give it to someone who gets a $100 tip, right? Did some work on my truck, boring stuff no one cares about. But no, just making sure it's in tip-top shape. There's still some grinding. Try to get it in alignment, but it didn't really help. Yeah, truck stuff. And I'm not a truck guy, but I'm becoming one. Saw the homie Val the other day, who is also on a pretty cool path with social skills, social dynamics and stuff. Really look forward to seeing where his journey goes. He has a kid, kind of like damn near a newborn, a toddler. So he's giving us like advice from beyond, you know, he's already past the pregnancy threshold and the everyday day in and day outs of being a parent. Shout out to Val. Shout out to my other friend Val too. That's pretty much all I got. Johnny probably doesn't have anything left. She hasn't really been feeling it this whole video, but that's okay. The reason why I wanted to record this is to do it even though we don't feel like it. Even though no one may watch this until 2 years in the future, let it be known we're doing this even when we didn't feel like it. Johnny might say maybe I'm doing this because I'm the one that initiated this and she just has to sit here and hear it. But granted, Johnny could walk away at any time. So we're both here doing this because it just feels like the right thing to do. Does that feel right with you, or do you have any contentions with my ramblings? None that she would like to discuss on camera anyway. Peace and love from my mind, my heart, yours.